Well, hey folks, this is Fat Guy Flies RC, and this is the 80mm, the all-new 80mm F-22 from FREEWING. Let's take it out here and have some fun. Now, it's a little windy, okay, a little windy, out of the west, but that's not too bad, and this is an east-west runway. It's actually more out of the southwest, but I can deal with it. And remember, anytime, this is a hat cam video, so anytime you're watching hat cam videos mine, please watch them on the biggest screen you've got. Don't watch them on your phone. Watch them on your computer screen, on the big TV, whatever, and you can get the full enjoyment of these hat cam videos. They really are good if you watch them on a big screen. Meet you out in the field. All right, here we go. KM model afterburner, high rates, right, left, up, down, right, left. I have the 8-channel Spectrum receiver in there with Safe Select AS3X Plus, and the nose wheel gyro is active. All right. Plane also has thrust reverse. All right, which is great for braking. All right. Set our timer again.
Starting the fun over.
For 4 minutes. Don't need flaps right now because we're taking off into the wind.
Gear going up.
All right, let's actually go out here. You can see them lights. I'm about 3/4 throttle right now. I'm the only pilot here, so it's kind of fun to come out here and actually change my perspective a little bit. Half throttle.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Did need a little bit of left aileron. A little bit of right aileron, actually. I'm just flying around, obviously. Oh no, we didn't think you were just flying around, man. Yeah. Just getting the feel for it. I haven't flown this plane in several weeks.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
You know, I think I'm going to go to my mid
rates.
Go to my mid rates.
Gear coming down.
Didn't like it.
Gear going up. Gear coming down. Braking. Cruise mode. Time remaining 1 minute.
All right.
High rates. Low rates.
I'm going to go to low rates this time. Take her out one more time. Just a quick up and down. And I'm going to change over to here. I may end up liking, with this wind, I might like the low rates better. That may not make sense, but she just seems just a bit too pitchy today. All right.
Take off flaps.
Wind has kind of died now.
The flaps are up. Gear going up. "30 seconds. Gear coming down. 20 seconds.
Yeah, I'm liking these rates better. Yeah. All right. A little bit different of a bird. All right.
Motor is
Take it
secured.
back to the bench. We'll
Safe
talk,
to approach.
and we'll get you a battery report. All right. We had 12 seconds left on a 4-minute flight, and we had 42% left. All right, let's change batteries. All right. Second flight now of the 80mm F-22 from FREEWING, the all-new one. Going back to my high rates, but I thought that my ailerons seemed awfully twitchy, awfully touchy, so I lowered my ailerons to 95 instead of 110, and left the elevator and the rudder alone. I think the rudders are 100 and the elevators are 110, but I lessened my ailerons. It just seemed a little too touchy for me, so for my own liking. All right.
Take off flaps.
Okay, actually don't need takeoff
Flaps are up.
because we're going into the wind. HRB 5006S.
Gear going up.
Yeah, I like that better.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Here, try my high alpha a little bit. Yeah, she will scoot around this field. There we go.
Gear coming down.
Letting throttle establish my sync rate. Lined up with the runway. There we go. All right. Trying
Remaining 2 minutes.
trying my best not to talk too loud. I've listened to my own videos, and I'm like, sometimes I get excited. I just get so excited flying these planes, and I watch my own videos. And I'm like, you just quit yelling, you know. People can't even hear the beautiful sound of that jet over your yammering.
Gear going up.
Oh, I love that Noseville gyro. It just keeps this thing so locked in going down the runway. Right at me.
Gear coming down.
And remember, with my hat cam videos, please watch them on the biggest screen you got. Don't watch them on your cell phone.
1 minute.
Watch them on the big screen TV or at least your computer monitor.
Braking. Cruise mode.
All right, take her up one more time. One more time.
Seconds.
Just a quick up and down.
Seconds. 10.
All right, come on.
Timer expired.
All right.
Braking. Cruise mode. Motor is
All right,
secured.
take her back to the bench.
Approach.
Get you. Well, you know what? Real quick, take a look at this beautiful thing. That is one beautiful jet. I love the lights.
Motor is hot. Don't get burned.
And I love, y'all know how much I love that KM model afterburner. All right, let's take it back to the bench and get your battery report. All right, we were 11 seconds over and we had, what is that? 39% left. All right. All right, third flight with the 80mm F-22 from FREEWING. And if I inadvertently call it a Viper, please forgive me. I've noticed in some of my F-22 Raptor flights, I've called it a Viper for some reason. All right, timer set for 4 minutes.
Starting the fun over.
Starting the fun over at 4 minutes, and make sure we're got my hat cam nice and comfortable. This will be my last flight tonight. All right, changing my perspective a little bit. Stand on this side of the field. It's good to do that once in a while. And you can do that if you're the only pilot, so.
Gear going up.
Take it up. All right, I just want to see how high I can get her. I think she could have gone higher, but I didn't feel the need to. Wind is really rocking her around. Boy, she sounds so good.
Time remaining. Gear coming down.
Whoa.
Braking. Cruise mode.
That was a little rough of a landing. Let's see if we can't do that a little bit better. It's one of the reasons I don't like landing from the east is you look at the runway, start sloping down, down, further down. It just keeps sloping on down. So that acts as a little bit of a ramp. And if you're wanting to land level, well, you're not going to be able to.
Takeoff flaps.
All right, I'm going to do takeoff flaps just because I want to. Don't need them, but I want to.
Flaps are up. Gear going up. Gear coming down.
All right.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
See if we can't do a touch and go this time. Well, more of a slap and go than anything else. Let me go back over here on this side. Slap and go again. And just so you know, in case you naysayers are saying, hey, you're flying behind the club, we have a sanctioned and a set pattern behind the club. So our clubhouse actually sits in the very middle of our field.
Braking. Cruise mode.
All right, we got enough for one more. See if I can't improve upon that landing. I have quite a, like I said, this landing from the west, from the sun,
30 seconds.
back there, my landings are much better. It's just a perspective thing. But my landings from the east here are in my area of, I have the most problem.
20 seconds.
All right. Come on, bad boy.
Timer expired.
Oh, I like that approach better. Yeah, that was much better.
Braking. Cruise mode. Motor is secured.
All right, take it back to the bench, talk about it. All righty. After that third and final flight of the evening, we unplugged that beautiful KM model afterburner. We were 22 seconds over on a 4-minute timer. 29% left. So really, if you wanted to push it, careful how you fly, you could fly for 4.5 minutes on a 5,000, come back with 18%. So really, 4 minutes, fly the way you want, and then you're safe. All right, let me show you my battery placement to get the CG. If you look, my 5,000 basically is on the middle of the strap. There's a wooden tray there where you set your receiver. I'm about maybe 1/2 inch in front of that wooden tray. So just so you know where that's at. All right, so now that we've established where you put your battery, got one aileron wanting to flutter on me, which that's just go in there and unplug it or change its connection, and it'll be fine. All I gotta do is hit that one time and it goes away. It doesn't affect it when it flies. All right. CG is 115 millimeters back from the leading edge root, which is where the fuse touches the wing, which puts it right there. And it's actually CG marks are actually embossed, and you can feel them on the plane. So just go ahead and feel. I like having my, and where I've got that battery, it's kind of windy. She's just leveled, wanting to favor tail heavy, which is perfect for this particular F-22. Okay, let me show you my rates real quick. Let me, visually show them to you. By that way, I'll turn the plane away from the camera. All right, real quick, let me take a look and make sure you can see them. Oh yeah, you can see them, no problem. All right, we'll go over our flap settings first. You have to excuse me, I'm kind of under the weather right now. Flaps, there's no mix needed, just so you know. Flaps up are a negative 100%. Takeoff
flaps
are 0%. Landing
flaps
60%. So negative 100, 0, and 60. No mix needed. 2-second deployment. All right, my rates that I flew in. The first flight, I felt like the ailerons were just a little too touchy, but I was okay with the elevator and the rudder. So I reduced my ailerons down
flaps are up
to 95%, which is what that is, with 30% expo, and that seems to be just fine. My elevator, 110, 30% expo. Rudder, 100% with 60% expo. Okay, excuse me. On forward programming, my nose wheel is on aux 8, okay, and the rate is at 50% gain with a heading window of 50% and gain sensitivity at 1, priority 180, okay. Now, my AS3X settings that I flew in, okay. Well, let me actually get the AS gains. The gains are 30, 40, and 60 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Priority, all at 100 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Heading, didn't do anything with, 0. Stop lock is at 50, 35, and 35 on roll, pitch, and yaw. With my release rate at 55, 55, 75 on roll, pitch, and yaw. Gains are set at one-time gains. All right. Now, talk a little bit about some of the features of the plane. She's very economical. You can get a solid 4 minutes and 20 seconds, but really leave it at 4 minutes and you'll be very happy. You can fly the way you want. You've got plastic cladding. This is their newer generation of what they're doing with their higher end jets and even their 70 millimeters. You've got plastic on these tips here, plastic here, plastic on the outer wing tips. Okay, that helps with strikes, with wing strikes. Not to mention the great light package. Okay, you got plastic cladding all the way around these inlets. Okay, lights that are visible on top and bottom. Of course, a all plastic nose cone, which I think I've glued mine on. I don't remember, on 2 of them. Well, maybe it's my 90. Nope, this one comes off. That whole thing is plastic. Okay. Now, when you take the battery hatch off, which is back here, all around the inside edge of the battery hatch is all plastic, okay? And now this is all foam, but this is not going to be handling, you're going to be pulling across this edge here, so that's all plastic. You've even got a little heads-up display that lights up real well, okay? I, of course, have the KM model afterburner there. Thank you, KM models. Now, and here's an improvement over the 90, not just to mention the lights. On the 90, these steering arms that hold the steering wheel, the wheels are somewhat soft, not super, but they've got a little bit of give. You got double lights, which is scale. But these are made of metal now. On the older 90s, this is plastic. If that gives, then your wheel just comes springing up and comes right out of there, okay? And the gear is painted white, just like on the real ones, okay? They've increased the speed on these doors to where they're not super, super slow going up and down. I mean, that's fairly good. That may still got a delay, enough to where it's, you know, workable, okay? But here is one great feature for storage and transport. See these buttons here? Push those buttons in and the wing comes off. Got one quick connect cable, push them back in. Well, get one in and then they got to be pushed in all the way. Now, if you push it and you see white, don't fly. It's got to be solid gray. If it's not solid gray, you're not good to go. Okay, that means because if you have white, guess what's going to happen? It's going to, by pressure, it's going to hold it in there. You're going to take off, and then you're going to see your wing go off in one direction. You're going to see this beautiful, expensive lawn dart going in the opposite direction. So please make sure your wings are secure before you take off. And of course, your normal pre-check. Check your battery, make sure you got a fresh battery in there, make sure your gear works, make sure all your control surfaces are going the right way. Just check it out every time, and it only takes a few seconds, and that will save you a huge amount later on. All right, folks, well, that's the 80mm F-22. That's a hat cam. Again, on my hat cam videos, please, please, please watch them on the biggest screen you've got, not on your cell phone. Watch them on your computer monitor, on a big screen TV, and you can really appreciate, because they are good videos. They really, I think they are. I enjoy watching them myself. And this is the 80mm F-22 from FREEWING, sent to me by Motion RC. And folks, I'm hoping that they continue this trend with this quality of planes, because they fly amazing. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. Keep them in the air. God is good, and don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and that F-22s. Bye-bye.